You have one goal in mind when you hit up a show like CEDIA, and that is to check out the Trinnov booth. We were finally able to get in late on Friday, so big ups to the folks at Fidelity Imports for getting me and Elin in there. Paired with Perlisten, Barco, and a specially designed room by Officina, they pulled off an amazing demo. I recorded binaural so you can get an idea of what the room sounded like, so use some good headphones as there's quite a bit of bass. There's a quick presentation on Trinnov's waveforming at the beginning, so that was interesting to get that perspective. And of course, a spec video of what the room had. Now, this is my first experience with waveforming, and I'll say this, I've never heard that scene in Lucy with so much bass, and I've watched that scene a million times. It was very impressive. Enjoy.
Just in terms of what we're doing in the room with waveforming. So the premise of waveforming as a technology is to rid the room of its modal response, or standing waves, whatever you want to call it. Standing waves and room modes are cancellations, and they're not caused by speakers. They're caused by the dimensions of the room and the interactions of those subwoofers, particularly with that room. So we have an array of subs in the front, and we have an array of subs in the back to cancel those room modes. We have 8 subs in the front, and we have 6 in the back in this room. Okay, so 14 subs seems a bit excessive, right? But we do it because we can. But also for this number of seats, you need a larger subwoofer array to be able to correct over that area. You can't expect 4 subwoofers to rid the room of its modal response for 18 seats. That's just physics. It doesn't dictate you can do that. So by having a large array that we have, we're able to get bass response below 100 Hz to plus or minus 1.5 dB. Okay, and we're flat down to 8 Hz in this room. Okay, so we're not messing about. But you can start waveforming with as little as 4 subwoofers. Okay, so you can put them in the corners as you typically would. We call that a conventional layout, and that will still get you very, very good decay time reduction for a single sofa, as an example. If you want to go up to multiple rows, if you want to go up to 2 rows, we suggest that you move the subwoofers in to the quarter points, and you can still leave those on the floor. That will then use them as a line array to create what we call a cylindrical wavefront. Now that means that we don't get much correction in the vertical because we've only got 2 dimensions, but it does mean that horizontally, where all the worst room modes are, we do still get a great benefit out of that. If you can then move those subs, need those in there. If you can then move those subs up to half room height and quarter points, the same 4 subwoofers just in those positions, you now have a planar array, okay? And that way you can now get the full benefits of waveforming for multiple rows, and it's all dictated by the room dimensions, so we can help you with design on that. Finally, moving on to, I've still got 4 minutes, what am I rushing for? So, I'll keep going. So, just to introduce the speaker package that we have, so we're very lucky to work with Perlisten this year. Perlisten are really the new kids on the block, you know, new by audio comparison. They've been around 4 years on the market, and they're really turning a lot of heads, rightly so. As I said, we've got 14 of their subwoofers. They are the D215S, okay, so they're a push-pull double 15, okay, so equating to about a single 22, something like that. And they've got 3 kilowatts of power on board, okay, so we've got a bit of power. We do actually have to split the subwoofers across different phases of the electricity, just to give you some idea how much power we're drawing. We've then got their S7T limited editions, it's the LCRs, and that is their top line hi-fi speaker. What is a hi-fi speaker doing in a home theatre, I hear you ask? Well, these guys approach speaker design solely through engineering, so they're able to deliver that SPL. Majority of hi-fi speakers do not have the dispersion nor the SPL to deal with home theatre applications. So these guys are really turning some waves. All the speakers are voiced the same, they all have identical components in them. They don't sacrifice quality from LCRs through to ceiling speakers as an example, and every speaker manufacturer will tell you that. Oh, they're all voiced the same, they're all timbre matched, blah blah blah. Measure them. Guarantee they're not the same. Majority of speaker manufacturers don't measure the same, regardless of whether they use the same components. Perlisten are different. Perlisten also have a very good phase response out of the box. Now, phase is something that doesn't occur when I'm speaking to you. You don't get phase interaction. You get that from a speaker interfering with the room. Okay, so when you're trying to reproduce that audio without correct phase alignment, you actually lose a lot of clarity. You lose a lot of envelopment. And along with the Perlisten speakers being naturally phase linear, with Trinnov's correction, we're also doing phase correction as well, all the way down into the bass frequencies. So that's where you get a bubble of sound. Yeah. Moving on to imaging, so we're very lucky to have the Barco Nerthus here. Okay, it's only a small projector. It took a forklift to lift it. It's incredibly bright, 32,000 lumens. Okay, it's a laser light source. So little safety notice, I do need you all sat down from this point on because I'm going to turn on the laser in a minute. Okay, and yeah, I don't want to melt your retinas. Okay, so that is a serious safety notice. God bless you. God bless you. In terms of calibration, so we have calibrated 300 nits at the seating area, okay, and ANSI contrast of 173 to 1. Now, if you understand those numbers from a projection system, that's phenomenal. Yeah, majority of projection systems aren't going to offer that. You get those kind of numbers from direct view LED displays. So therefore, it's a very bright image. So when we get into the clips, you're going to see real brightness and real clarity throughout that wide range, as well as going down into the blacks. What else should I tell you? Oh, I've got one more minute. Have you got the room? Thank you very much. So the room itself is by Italian company Officina Acustica. They don't use acoustic panels, okay? They are a acoustic room solution. You won't find any absorption or diffusion. If you have a fondle of the walls on your way out, you'll feel that they're slotted and milled very, very precisely with the high-grade MDF to let certain frequencies through and basically manage how much absorption or diffusion we would get in a typical sense. We don't have diffusion panels as such. You'll notice we don't have any carpets. Okay, we don't have any treatment on the ceiling. These are aesthetic. These are not acoustic. They are just aesthetic. They're called ceiling clouds, just to make things a bit aesthetically pleasing. But you'll notice I don't have to raise my voice. I can talk at a normal level to you guys, even on the show floor, and my vocal clarity is really clear. Okay, that's a sign of a well acoustically treated room. If you're struggling for vocal clarity in a system, it's either speaker related or it's most likely acoustic related. Okay, so get the acoustics right first, you'll elevate your systems 10-20-fold. So, that's enough from me, you'll be glad to hear. I am going to turn on the laser, so I just need to step aside for a second.
Step out.
No worries.
Yeah.
See you at the end.
Yeah, we'll see you at the end.
Cool. I'm going to open up the dowser. Boosh.
Welcome to CEDIA Expo 2024. The industry's top manufacturers have partnered to unveil a groundbreaking immersive home theater experience. Prepare for audiophile precision, home theater power, and unprecedented video quality. This 18-seat Officina Acustica room combines beautiful aesthetics with advanced acoustic design. It was manufactured and pre-built in Italy, then rebuilt here in Denver. All loudspeakers and subwoofers are provided by Perlisten. Leveraging decades of experience in loudspeaker design, Perlisten has disrupted the hi-fi industry with uncompromised engineering and performance. You will now experience their incredible speaker capabilities in a home theaters for the top channels. 8 active push-pull D215S subwoofers are located in the front, with another 6 installed at the rear. Each D215S houses 2 15-inch drivers and produces extremely precise bass at extraordinary levels. You are among the first to experience Trinnov's latest waveforming iteration, which is now available to all Altitude owners as a free update and illustrates the Altitude platform's unprecedented sustainability. Waveforming's unique technology complements Officina Acustica's excellent acoustic design, providing predictable results and redefining home theater performance. In combination with Perlisten speakers, you'll hear how waveforming dramatically improves seat-to-seat consistency, delivers tightly controlled bass, and unmasks details in the mid to high frequencies. Today you will experience Barco's Nerthus projector. With an incredible 32,000 lumens, it delivers the brightness needed for true HDR reproduction. The latest VHC lens design provides high contrast and matches perfectly the latest native 4K DLP cinema chips. With such incredible light levels, no direct eye exposure to the beam is permitted. For your safety, please only stand once the demo is over and the light is turned off. For video processing, MadVR Labs NV Extreme Mark II delivers best-in-class dynamic HDR tone mapping and its groundbreaking motion AI technology, the world's first AI-based motion interpolation in a dedicated video processor. Our screen of choice is Seymour Screen Excellence's Enlighten Neo, the only acoustically transparent screen material with no minimum seating distance, audibly flat frequency response, and the ability to resolve interpixel details. Finally, Kaleidoscape Strato and Terra Prime deliver unparalleled reference quality images and lossless sound, making it the industry leader for luxury home theater. Now please, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Do you remember the guy who's been in such an early song? I heard a rumor from ground control. Oh no, don't say it's true. They got a message from the action man. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. Just one flash of light, but no smoking pistol. I never done good things. I never done bad things. I never did anything out of the blue. Need an axe to break the ice. I wanna come down right now. Ashes to ashes, funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie, strung out on heaven's high, hitting and